This is a big one. The world and the aircraft now possess textures. Bento talks to you out of his own volition about events around you. We have beautiful sunrises and sunsets. There are now cities scattered through the landscape. World generation has been improved. There's a very buggy terrain collision system, and so much more. Adding cities was a top priority, for my own sake. I presumed it would make the expansive world feel so much more alive already, and a bit less lonely too. I especially enjoy spotting them at night. They are procedurally built with Voronoi diagrams that make them resemble fantastical spiderwebs. Sometimes you find a city generated inside a crater-like formation, or radiating away from the top of a mountain, almost looking like a volcano at night. Cities can also vary tremendously in size. Common ones have hundreds of inhabitants, while small villages can have just one to a few dozen, and big cities can have thousands, tens of thousands, or even more. Bigger cities become increasingly rare, but population size is actually completely unbounded. Another nice thing is that city names are random, constructed as compound word pairs from fully moddable words dataset. Users will be able to insert any words they want into the generation pool. Visual art is not my strongest side, but I've been attempting to build a fixed color palette for the textures in the sky so that I may create consistent art. Sunrises and sunsets are also fantastic to look at now, and it almost feels like a gift at the end of a day or a long night. I've had a terrain collision, although that is unpredictable at the moment, and sometimes the aircraft just decides to phase through the terrain. Bento, the original and the full name for our AI companion, is now equipped with a custom notification system, where they may talk to us through arbitrary triggers from the aircraft and the world, such as telling us when we cross a certain altitude, warning us when the fuel tank is halved or almost empty, decide to have small talk with us, or anything else I or the future modders might want to use as a trigger. Using terrain textures has reduced my performance, forcing me to decrease render distances significantly. Currently you are seeing 40 kilometers of render distance, which is fine for now, but some optimization work will probably be needed in the future. In other notes, I've been doing a bit of world building, and with the help of some original art from me, game screenshots of a previous iteration of Bento, when it was a friendly computer assistant, and the magic of AI image generation, I was able to present the ideas of how I imagine this world in the future a little bit better. Here's a little concept art. The purple robot is the player character based on drawings I've made originally for another game, while the computer with a smiley face is my dear Bento. Here's the original art painted by me, if you're interested. Some of you might have recognized it by now, but the game Kenshi from Lo-Fi Games is the top one inspiration for my game. Waymancer is not planned as a game about flying, but actually a world about friendship and perseverance, where flying is just a tool to convey these concepts to the user. I've also been working on some music for the game and did some disastrous first experiments with aircraft engine audio, but those will have to wait until a further date. There are also a ton of other things I've added since the last update, and covering them all would take a lifetime, so here's a quick changelog that I've summarized. Thanks for watching, and that's it for this update. See you in the next video!